Hi, my name is Lexi Matthews, and I will be one of this year's hosts for the BISD video online announcements, along with Angel Hernandez and Shalyn Owen. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into this week's. So Monday 16th, we have the 7th grade Chromebook checkout at 9 a.m. Don't forget that, that's very important. We will also be having the 6th grade student and parent orientation at 6 p.m. Other than that, we just have the regular Monday night band rehearsal at 6 p.m. through 8 p.m. But, however, on this day in history, the one-hit single Dancing Queen, featured in the musical Mamma Mia, which is one of my personal favorite musicals, was released by ABBA in 1976 in Sweden. Now let's learn a little bit more about ABBA. ABBA is a Swedish pop rock band that became a worldwide sensation that had a huge following. They are otherwise known as the Swedish Beatles. They were featured in the 2015 film The Martian, starring Matt Damon and directed by Ridley Scott. The record sales have sold approximately 250 million records. That's a lot. Alrighty, for Tuesday 17th, today is packed with loads of fun. So let's get started with the substitute training by 9 a.m. at the BISD admin office. Next up, we have the Meet the Teacher Day at both East and South from 1 to 6 p.m. Come and meet some of our wonderful staff. They'll love to see you. Lastly, we have our Lady Bucks competing against the Toller Lady Rattlers. Come and support our Lady Bucks and give them some love. You know, they always need it. We will also be streaming that online as well if you want to check it out on our website. On this day in history, the first successful Atlantic balloon flight landed their Double Eagle 2 just outside the crevice of Paris, France. So let's learn a little bit more about that flight. It was their first ones to ever make it across the Atlantic Ocean, which is pretty far, so it did take them some time. They actually left at the state of Maine and took them 137 hours and 6 minutes, or from August 11th through August 17th in 1978. That's a really, really long time to be in a super small space, but they got it. And finally, the day we've all been waiting for, which is Wednesday the 18th. This is the very first day of school, and oddly enough, that's the only thing that's posted, which is completely fine, because that's all that needs to be posted. And since it's the first day of school, you might want to know what's for breakfast or what's for lunch, and all you have to do is go onto our website and check out our menus. Our mobile web is especially handy for looking at our menus, especially since it's right in your hands. On this day in history, in 1920, the 19th Amendment was ratified, granting women the right to vote in the U.S. The women's movement really began in the early 1800s and was closely associated with the anti-slavery movement. After the Civil War, it changed its focus to the suffrage movement, along with other important causes. And it's really hard to think in the 2021 year that not that long ago, we didn't have that right, and we're very thankful that that is now history. And for Thursday, the 19th, the only thing that is scheduled at this time is the scrimmage located in Mineral Wells. We want to wish our JV and our varsity the best of luck against the Rams. On this day in history, in 1964, the Beatles began their very first American tour. The first show was in San Francisco, and from there, they visited 26 U.S. cities. The Beatles had sold approximately 500 million records, which is quite a lot. They are arguably the world's most successful and influential rock bands of all time. Good work, John, Paul, Ringo, and George. And on Friday, the 20th, the first thing on our list is the Lou Allen Volleyball Tournament in Graham. Specific times are TBA, and we want to wish the very best luck to our varsity players. Next up is Meet the Bucks at the Buckaroo Stadium at 6:30 p.m. Please come out and meet our cross-country team, the band, the cheerleaders, the flag team, which is what I'm in, the helmet crew, the football team, and the volleyball team players. We hope to see everyone there, and we really appreciate your love and support. On this day in history, in 1983, Taco's cover of the Erling Berlin song, Puttin' on the Ritz, reaches number 9 on the top 100, making the 95-year-old Berlin the oldest songwriter at the time to ever place a hit in the top 10s. And on to the next week. For Monday the 23rd, the only thing that we have scheduled for today is the Monday night band rehearsal from 6 to 8:30 p.m. as usual. But make sure you check out our mobile web because things are always changing and things can be added. And on this day in history, in 1966, the very first photograph of Earth was taken from the orbit of the moon. NASA's lunar orbiter, the One, was the first American unmanned spacecraft to orbit the moon. The actual task of the ship was to scope out future landing sites for astronauts. This highly successful spacecraft had a mission duration for 80 days. And the rest, as we say, is history. And on Tuesday the 24th, all we have for today is the Lady Bucks volleyball game versus the Poolville Lady Monarchs from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at home. Make sure to come check it out and support our ladies. On this day in history, well-known Steve Jobs resigned as CEO of Apple products in 2011 because of failing health. In fact, about half of the people in the US use Apple products. To put that in perspective, that's more than 164.1 million people. That's a lot of people. Apple is the 4th largest PC company and the 4th largest smartphone manufacturer. In fact, in 2020, Apple incorporated 147,000 employees. Apple is the world's largest tech company and the most valuable. In June of 2021, Apple Incorporated have a revenue of $71.43 billion. That's a lot of money. And on Wednesday the 25th, we don't have anything scheduled at the moment, but please check out our web calendars because it could possibly change at any time. So let's go ahead and move on to Thursday the 26th. The Lady Broncos will have their first home game of the season, and the times are posted just to my right. Good luck, girls. Have fun. And then JV is going to be taking on the Jacksboro Tigers, and kickoff is directly at 5 p.m. Best of luck to the JV Bucks. Y'all are going to do absolutely amazing. And on this day in history, in 1967, Bobby Gentry's Ode to Billy Joe hits number 1 in America for 4 weeks in a row. This was a different kind of country and western song, sometimes called Southern Gothic, that is still famous to this day. And on Friday the 27th, we are going to have our very first pep rally at the LT Cook Gym at 12:15 p.m. I am so excited that they are back in the LT Cook Gym, and it's going to be a fantastic year for our pep rallies. We want to wish the cheerleaders and the band the very best of luck. Y'all are rock stars. You got this. Next up is the Lady Buckaroos volleyball team versus the Petrolia Lady Pirates. Times are going to be posted directly to my right. Then, our varsity football team has their season opener against the Jacksboro Tigers at the Buckaroo Stadium with a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Online ticketing and live streaming will be on our website. Let's come on out and let's fill the stands as much as possible with green and white. On this day in history, in 1964, Disney releases Mary Poppins, which made the most money in 1964 of all films, and it is considered Walt Disney's best live-action film and is still a very famous and loved film to this day. We don't have anything posted for Saturday on this week's schedule. I want to wish everyone a great first 2 weeks of school and have a fantastic school year. Go Bucks!